happy Monday. Hey everybody, it is Monday and I am super excited about today's topic. So there are 5 Mondays in Vlogust and I have broken down each Monday to be a different topic about my cleaning business. So I wrote everything down so I could remember how I was breaking it down, and I labeled it business talk because I'm fancy. So today's topic is how I got the business started. The next Tuesday will be about insurance, license, and permits. And on the 17th, the topic will be how to know what to charge, estimates and quotes, all that good job. All that good stuff. On the 24th, we'll be talking about business revenue, supply cost, and the business profit. And on the last Monday of the month, which is the 31st, it will be a much longer video because on the 31st, we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of owning your own cleaning business. So, and at the end of this, at the end of Vlogust, I'll be compiling all of these videos together and making one longer video about the cleaning business in general to reach even more people than just Vlogust and on my channel. So it's Monday, and Mondays in Vlogust are going to be Monday, I had a name for it, Monday morning chats. So I had about 20 minutes before I have to be at a job this morning, so I just stopped at a random baseball park because nobody's here, and we're going to talk a little bit about how I got the business started, and then I'm going to go to my first job for the day. So what I normally do on Monday mornings is eat breakfast, take a shower, get ready for the day. I always dress comfortable to go clean because number one, nobody's going to be there. Number two, cleaning sucks, so you definitely want to be comfortable. And I always stop at the store and take something to drink with me for the day. I don't like to make multiple stops, so I try to have enough with me that I don't have to keep stopping. So I have 2 waters and a RC Cola because balance. That's why. Okay, so how I got the business started. I need a drink of water. So what happened was, I was working at a convenience store in my area, and I had been there like over a year, I don't know, almost 2 years, and I was in a management position. I made the schedule, I did the hiring, the orders, all that good stuff. And there comes a truck. So the owners at the time they sold like 7 McDonald's in Miami, Florida, and came all the way down here to Alabama and bought like 3 convenience stores. Apparently business was not doing what they expected, and I had to be at work at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would have to stop on my way to work and get gas prices at different stores so that I could put that into our gas thing or whatever, and that determined how much our gas was for the day. I don't know how that works. I just know how to do it. So one Saturday morning I go in to work, and there is a huge like paper plastic looking thing sign out by where you pull in that said for sale or something like that, up for lease or something. I don't know what it said, but either way they were selling the company. So we kind of knew that, the people that worked there, we had kind of realized that because there were random people coming in and like just doing random things. So we kind of figured that, but we didn't know. And every time we asked, they would tell us, no, that wasn't the case. So I go in that random Saturday morning and find out that they are selling the business. And the people who were buying the business did not want to keep any of the employees. They were going to be bringing in everybody on their own. They didn't want to keep anybody for help. So, mind you, at this time, I am living in a very nice house with my kids, and our rent was $800 a month. That ain't cheap for one person. So I instantly freaked out. I didn't know what we were going to do, how we were going to eat, how I was going to pay the rent, or what I was going to do. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I don't know if it was that night or if it was the next day, but I was just kind of sitting around and I was like, wait a minute, no, that's that one time I made that huge mistake. I was married, but still, I paid the bills. I'm very happily divorced now. But anyway, I randomly thought, why don't I clean people's houses? I don't know why that thought crossed my mind. I remember growing up, and my poor sweet mama would clean people's houses, iron their clothes, do whatever she had to do just to have a few dollars. So whatever made that thought cross my mind, it did. So the first thing I did was come up with a business name, which I'm not going to say because that will pinpoint my exact location, and yeah, people are crazy. So, but if you're in my area and you know me, you know my business, you know my business name, and you'd be able to reach me if you needed me. So there's no reason for me to say my business name. But anywho, so the first thing I did was come up with a business name, and I didn't really know how to get work at the time. So I went and paid like $10 or $15 maybe, and had a little ad ran in the local newspaper. And the little town that I live in is like broke. I don't know how to explain that. Like, they don't have a lot of money to like pay to have their house cleaned. So that didn't reach many people. That I literally got one call from that ad, and that ended up being a very long time job though, that my first job, which was great. So I realized that I was going to have to reach out into the surrounding counties and areas to be able to get work. So I did that, and I did get work. Well, then I ran up on a amazing contract with a company that I'm not going to name, and we'll get into contracts when I talk about permits and stuff. But what it was a company that furnished all of the gated community apartments in a couple of counties over from mine for like Toyota engineers and all that good stuff. So I landed that contract. I gave those quotes. I got that contract, and I was cleaning maybe 4 to 5 apartments a day with that contract. So, and they had maid service for their for Toyota employees. So I would also go in their apartments weekly, change out towels, change out sheets, all that good stuff, and get paid for that too. So that was a really, really good contract. Well, I was their only cleaner at the time. My business, my company was the only people who cleaned for them at the time, and my daughter and I were coming home from a job one night, and a lady who had been drinking a little too much ran a red light and caused a wreck, obviously, and it totaled my brand new car a year to the day that I had bought it. Left the lot with that car with 8 miles on it. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. So we were hurt. we had to go through physical therapy. We did end up suing the woman, all that jazz, but so I couldn't return back to work. It was probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 weeks I was in physical therapy, and I couldn't get to work, and I didn't have, I don't know how to say this. I had employees at the time, but not employees that I could hand over gated keys to and all of the supplies, the keys to the company's office with all of the extra supplies and towels and sheets and all that. Like, I didn't have anybody who I could just give all that to and trust to go get that done. So, at no fault of the companies that I had the contract with, they had to find somebody else. Simple as that. And I had no argument there. There was nothing I could do about it. I understood, and that was completely fine. I didn't know if or when I would be back to work, and they obviously have to have their business ran, their company taken care of. So I did end up losing that contract, but that's fine. I just picked up more residential work. So another way I ended up getting work was a company online, which I'm not going to name because I don't use them anymore. I think somebody bought them out. The process changed completely. The amount of money for you to quote a job changed completely, and it was just a bunch of random BS that happened with that, and I let that go. I was spending way too much money and not getting any of the jobs because I think it just turned into a huge scam when somebody else bought that company. So fast forward to now, I have all residential work. I have picked up business, like to clean businesses. I don't like naming names of companies, so I'm not going to do that. But it was an insurance company, and I went in every day, cleaned up from their day, changed the trash, vacuumed, cleaned the bathrooms. So I will occasionally pick up I completely forget words.
15 minutes later.
So I will still occasionally pick up work that is not residential. I don't mind doing it. I don't have the equipment to do like some big plant job or something, anything like that. I don't have the equipment to do that, and I don't want to. Also, for some people, I will even shampoo carpet if that's something that they need done. I will quote them for that. So I guess that will be it for today's topic. I have about 5 minutes now before I need to leave to go to this job. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's how I started the business. I didn't have a choice. I was pushed into it. I had to think of the quickest way to get the quickest money. Like, I couldn't spend a week or two looking for a job and then spend another week or two training at that job and then wait that whole next 2 or 3 weeks to start getting paid from a job. I had to have money right then, and that's just the quickest thing I could think of because, I don't have the body to make, quick money in other areas. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that anyway. So, yeah, that's how I got my business started. But anywho, that is going to be it for this Monday morning chat. And I will see you all next Monday, and you don't want to miss it because next Monday we are talking about, well, that's going to be pretty boring. Insurance, license, and permits for the business. That's going to be pretty boring. I'll figure out a way to make that not so boring. But anywho, I hope you all have a great Monday. I am about to head to my first job and then grab something for lunch when I leave that job. And then I just have one more job for the day. And yeah, that's it. Then I'll be going home. So I will see you all in my next video.